So today we'll discuss about the topic electric field intensity. So electric field intensity is denoted by capital E. So in order to define this electric field intensity, we can consider the expression of Coulomb's law. Based on that concept, you can derive the expression for electric field intensity. Or in general, if you want to define electric field intensity is nothing but it is the lines of forces. It is similar to the force, so it is called the lines of forces that is present in a electric field. So that is called as electric field intensity. Now, how to obtain this expression of electric field from Coulomb's law is you consider 2 point charges at P1 and P2. So at point P1 we are placing Q1C and at point P2 we are placing QT. So QT is called the test charge. So the test charge is assumed to be a unit positive charge. So its value is assumed to be 1 coulomb here. So you have to consider 2 points P1 and P2. At P1 you are considering Q1 charge and at a distance of R meters at P2 we are considering another charge QT that is called the test charge. This test charge is assumed to be 1 coulomb which is a unit positive charge. Now we have to define here. So electric field intensity at the point P2 if you want to calculate, it is defined as force per unit test charge. At P2 you are calculating electric field intensity. So electric field intensity is defined as force per unit test charge. That is F divided by QT. So we know from Coulomb's law, F is what? Product of the charge divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. Whatever QT is there, you divide. QT will get cancelled. You get the expression for electric field as Q1 by 4 pi epsilon r square. So where you're calculating this electric field at P2, what is the charge placed? A positive unit charge, that is 1 coulomb is placed. So like this, you can find the electric field intensity by considering the Coulomb's law expression F divided by QT. So in general, what is the equation for electric field? It is Q divided by 4 pi epsilon r square into AR. Understood? So what is electric field in general? It is the lines of forces or it is force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at that particular point. In order to derive this, you consider 2 points P1 and P2. The charges are taken as Q1C and QT. QT is equal to 1 coulomb. So at P2, what is the expression for force? Q1 QT by 4 pi epsilon r square. And whatever QT is there, you divide. QT will get cancelled. You get E is equal to Q1 by 4 pi epsilon r square. Since electric field is a vector quantity, we need to express it in vector form. And in general, instead of Q1, you can write it as E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon r square into AR. And that is measured in two ways. It can be used either in newtons per coulomb you can measure or in volts per meter also it can be measured. Understood? So this is electric field intensity which is obtained from the Coulomb's law by placing a positive test charge at the point P2. So only the difference between E and F is what? E will have proportional to Q, F will have proportional to product of the charges. Rest all the things will remain the same for both field as well as the force. Next, we can consider the electric field that is exhibited due to multiple charges here. So you consider n number of point charges Q1C to QNC, which is located at the points P1 to Pn, which is shown in the figure. Due to all these n number of charges, we need to calculate the resultant electric field intensity at the point P. So how do we represent the equation first? We are calculating the field at P, so you should write EP. In what direction you are calculating? P1 to P. So first one will be E P1P plus E P2 to P E P3P, and the last one is from Pn to P. So like this, you can calculate the resultant electric field intensity due to n number of point charges, which is located at different points P1 to Pn, and we are calculating the field at the point P. And then for each one, you apply the electric field expression. So what is expression for E P1P? What is the charge located at P1? It is Q1. So it will be Q1 by 4 pi epsilon. What is the vector? R P1P divided by magnitude of R P1P the whole cube. Similarly, you can write for the second until the last EPNP you can write. So all of you should know here. So what is electric field expression? Q by 4 pi epsilon into the RP1P or whatever it is divided by the magnitude, the whole cube. It is similar to the force, only you have a single charge here. There you have product of the charge. Rest all the calculations, equations will remain the same. So E P1P is what? Q1 by 4 pi epsilon. The unit vector will be RP1P divided by magnitude of RP1P the whole. Similarly, you can write for the N field, and always I told you have to remove the common terms and then you need to write the expression. So in all these, what is common? 1 by 4 pi epsilon is common. So remove that outside the bracket and then write the remaining terms inside the square bracket here. Understood? So this is the resultant electric field intensity that is exhibited by n number of point charges at the point P. Once you know this field expression and the field due to n number of point charges, you can solve the problems on that. So first here, in the first problem they have given, you need to find the electric field intensity at some point due to a charge of 6 microcoulomb that is located at some other point. So I told you in the Coulomb's law problems itself, whenever the points is specified, there is no need to take the coordinate axis. Just you can draw a rough figure. What is that? First charge will always be Q1, that is 6 microcoulomb. The charge point is taken as P1. And wherever you're calculating the field, you don't write it as P2. You can take that point as P, which is 1, 2, 3 is the point where you're calculating the field. Understood? So whenever they've given the points, you don't write it on the coordinate axis. You draw just a rough figure. So write this first charge is, whatever charge is given, first one is Q1 is 6 microcoulomb. The corresponding point is taken as P1, that is 3, 4, 5. Due to this Q1, you need to calculate the field at the point 1, 2, 3 that is taken as P. So in this, you're calculating what? Electric field intensity at the point P. So in the LHS, you write EP. In what direction you're calculating? P1 to P only one field. So write RHS, you can write it as E P1P, or you can write the general formula directly. So what is the expression? It is Q1 by, and also here epsilon R is not given. So epsilon will be equal to only epsilon naught. So it is Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught R P1P divided by R P1P the whole cube. So I told you yesterday itself how to substitute the values. Q1 is in micro, you write, and 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9, which is a constant value, and standard you can write it directly. How do you find RP1P? Which points you have to subtract? It is RP minus R1. So P minus P1 points you need to subtract and find the value. Yesterday I have told you this, how to calculate, same procedure you can apply. And always what? Power should be added, that is minus 6 plus 9, if you write it is plus 3. Keep the 10 raised to 3 as it is till the end, and write that 10 power 3 as kilo. And finally, what is E unit? It is Newton per coulomb or volts per meter. You should indicate at the last. Understood? So this is what we are calculating, the electric field intensity at a particular point due to a charge which is located at some other point. This is due to a single charge. Second one is you can consider the electric field intensity due to multiple charges. Same concept. Instead of single, we are considering two charges here. So in this, you have 2 point charges, Q1 and Q2, which is 3 microcoulomb and 6 microcoulombs. They are located at 2 points. Due to these two charges, we need to find the resultant electric field intensity at some other point. This is a simple statement. So since points are given, you should write directly the figure. So the first charge is always taken as what? Q1, that is 3 microcoulomb. The corresponding point is P1. Q2 is 6 microcoulomb. The corresponding point is taken as P2. Due to Q1 and Q2, where you should find the field? At 1 minus 1, 3. So that point you can take it as P, which is 1 minus 1, 3. So we need to calculate here the resultant electric field intensity at the point P in the direction what? P1 to P is the first field and second one is in the direction P2 to P. So we can write the expression as EP is equal to E, P1 to P is the first field and plus E, P2 to P is the second field here. Then same thing for each electric field, you write the standard equation. EP1P is due to Q1, EP2P is due to Q2, and here also epsilon R is not specified. So epsilon will be equal to epsilon naught. After writing the E in the charge form equation, then you have to remove common. So what is the common term here? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common. You remove it outside the bracket and remaining you write inside the bracket. You substitute all the values here and see once again if there is any common terms here. So after substituting all the values, 10 raised to minus 6 is common, that you can remove outside, and powers you can simplify. And finally what I told, 10 raised to 3 is written as kilo. So like this you can find the resultant electric field intensity at the point P due to two charges Q1 and Q2. The next problem is also field due to multiple charges. Instead of two charges, I am assuming here 4 charges here. So where are the charges located? The charge is 9 nanocoulombs each. That means all the 4 charges are equal to 9 nanocoulombs and they are located at where? Z and Y axis at a distance of plus or minus 3 meters. So due to all these 4 charges, we need to calculate the electric field intensity at phi 0, 0. That is on x-axis you need to find. Understood? So we have 4 we have 4 point charges of 9 nanocoulomb each. They are located at Z and Y axis at a distance of plus or minus 3 meters. Due to all these 4 charges, we need to calculate the electric field intensity at the point phi 0, 0. In this problem, they have given distance. So whenever they give distance, I told you in the last class, you have to draw the figure on the coordinate axis. So you draw the figure on the coordinate axis x, y, z. So where are the charges located here? It is x, z and y. So first one will be positive z, or you can start from y anywhere. P1, first point is taken on positive y axis at a distance 3. So 0, 3, 0. Second one is on negative y axis 0, minus 3, 0. And the third point is where? Positive z axis 0, 0, 3. And the fourth point is on negative z axis, that is 0, 0, minus 3. All the charges are equal to 9 nanocoulombs, so you specify that there. And then you need to find the field at 500, so that is taken as point P, which is on positive x-axis. So now you have to join all the field in the direction towards the P, which is shown in the figure. So we are calculating what? The resultant field. So at what point P? So you write it as EP. In what direction? P1 to P, P2 to P, P3 to P plus P4 to P. First you write in the form of E, then you substitute the charges whatever is taken. And another thing is, since all the charges Q1 to Q4 are equal to 9 nanocoulombs, you can write that as Q and you can remove outside and then you can simplify directly. Understood? Or you can write Q1, Q2, Q3, then you can remove common and then you can simplify. So this is the electric field intensity problems due to multiple charges. So I think all of you have understood. The first problem is field due to a single point charge. That is, a single field is calculated due to a point charge. Second one, field due to 2-point charges. And third one is field due to 4-point charges. So all of you should know how to draw the figure for the given data, and then calculation should be done in 2 or 3 steps as simpler as possible. And I told you in the last class for the MCQ, I can give the statement and I'll ask the figures, which figure is relevant for what. You should be able to identify the figure also based on the data, or figure will be given and I'll give 4 or 5 statements. Which statement is applicable for the figure, you should be able to identify. And also problems also can be given. And another thing is, expressions can be asked for electric field intensity as an MCQ question also here. Or as an objective type, you can ask E is Q by 4 pi epsilon R square AR, I can ask that. Or field due to multiple charges expression also I can ask. Or how do you able to arrive electric field using Coulomb's law also can be asked. So you should be able to calculate the electric field due to single charge as well as multiple charges. So this is the concept of electric field intensity. Is anybody having doubts? You can ask me, or I'll go for the next topic. So next thing was density, surface charge density and volume charge density. How do you define these 3 parameters? You should know. So line charge density itself tells it is charge by length. So surface charge is what? It is nothing but charge per area or charge per surface area. Volume charge density is charge per volume. So you can define all these 3 terms and what is the symbol used for each and what is the unit for that you should know. Why I am telling this? Because we have to derive the expressions for field due to finite line charge, infinite line charge as well as sheet charge. Line charge density is defined as charge per length. So that is, it is denoted by rho L equals charge. Rho L is defined as charge by length or dq by dl. If you cross multiply this, the value of dq will become rho L into dl. And what is the unit for rho L? It is charge divided by length, and that can be represented as dq by dl. So the corresponding unit is coulomb per meter. If you cross multiply, you'll get the value of dq in terms of rho L as is called surface charge density, which is charge per area. So it is charge divided by area is called rho s. The corresponding mathematical equation will be dq by ds. What is the unit for that? Coulomb per meter square. If you cross multiply, dq will be equal to rho s into ds. Same way, volume charge density, if you consider it is defined as charge per volume, that is dq will be rho v into dv. So like this, we can define three densities by considering the charge, that is rho L, rho S and rho V. So if they give in the multiple choice, they may give all the three symbols and ask you to tell which is called line charge density, or which is surface charge, and which is volume charge, or they may can give formula and which is applicable for what you should be able to identify. Or units also may be given. You should identify the corresponding units. So these are the three different types of charge densities which we are defining by considering the charge distribution.